Hey everyone, it's Skateboard Dad, and today we're doing a review of the S Footwear 197. So this is like the Eric Koston 1 retro release, and I believe they call it the S197 because it's a retro of the Koston 1, and that shoe originally came out in 1997, so 97. I got these from my local skate shop, which I'm super pumped about. The box is weird. I don't know if this is every S release box, but it's weird. It like folds there at the crease. So if you're a big box person, you might not like that, I don't know. I don't know if you exist out there, big box people. Ooh, a nice little Koston 1. I'm not gonna get the other one out because they're the exact same shoe. Just, you know how shoes work. They come with a little lace bag with some gray laces. That's an interesting take. This is the Koston 1. This is probably gonna be a pretty short review because what do you say about a shoe that's almost 30 years old? Yeah, it comes with a lace bag, comes with like some paper in there. This is the Skate Shop Day edition. So you can see hopefully on the insole there, Skate Shop Day. First thoughts of this shoe. They did it really well. The upper is pretty much the exact same thing as the original Koston. The glaring difference that you see, and if you're watching this, you probably saw right away when they released the first pictures of these, that the midsole is different. So it does have like the double cup midsole system where it's like, there's a cup sole up here, and then this like middle section there. That did happen on the original Koston 1. On some of the Koston 1s, there was an air bubble here when Nike didn't have the patent for it and S was able to use that. Then there were other releases when they weren't able to use it. I believe, fact check me in the comments if I'm wrong. This midsole, I believe, is the same as the midsole that's on the S Quattro, and it's pretty much the same thing. The only difference is this part that is under the arch support of the foot. It has like this wavy inlay material. So that's not the same as the original Koston 1. This part was a little like, I don't know, shorter, I suppose, and these took up more of the midsole. But other than that, it's pretty much a carbon copy of the original Koston 1. Here, instead of Koston, it says footwear, so it's S Footwear. It used to say S Koston. Again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe that's true. Some of the materials, we've got like a nubucky kind of suede leather here. It's not really a suede, not really a leather, it's sort of somewhere in between. So I'd call it a nubuck, which is sort of just like a ground down suede. And so I'd call this like a nubuck, suede around the toe cap, and then throughout the bottom portion of the shoe here. Got this mesh classic toe box with the suede nubuck kind of overlay here. That mesh continues through the upper of the shoe throughout. The only real place you get like the good suede is down here on this lower portion and around the toe box. Moving to the outsole, or the sole as some people call it, it's got this like really not flimsy, but sort of pliable rubber on the bottom there. Pretty much just a regular sole. It looks like the grip will last all right. It is very thin and pretty pliable, so I'm not sure on the durability of that, but it looks pretty nice. Quality of the construction of the outsole, midsole is super nice. So I was really excited about this shoe when it was announced that it was going to release. I saw my local shop post about it, and I called them immediately for a pre-order just because I thought it would be cool to have this shoe, because when I was a kid, like, this shoe had already sort of run its course and I wasn't really able to spend the money to actually get an original pair of Koston 1s. The only pair that I had that was a Koston 1 type was the Lakai Koston 1, whatever it was called. They were sort of like elephant print, like you would see on a Jordan 3 or something like that. And the only thing about that shoe was the quality was just really bad. They felt very stiff, and the leather was really plasticky and just wasn't that great of a shoe. And then S re-releases these, sort of retros the Koston 1, and they had done so sort of with like the Silo SC, but this one is definitely more true to form Koston 1 than that shoe was. This is definitely the Koston 1. I was actually really hyped about this release for a long time, and it was sort of teased on an episode of the 9 Club. They did a segment called Shoe and Tell. And Kelly Hart on that episode sort of teased that there was going to be a Koston re-release. And I think I went back and I actually watched that episode, and you can see I'm like in the comments section, like, I wonder what Kelly showed to tease us on this episode. And it turns out it was most likely a sample of this shoe. So I was talking to the shop owner when I picked these shoes up, and he asked me, like, are you gonna skate them? Are you gonna like keep them? Or like, are you more of a collector? And I was like, I don't know. I never got to skate a pair of the original Koston 1s. So I figured now that like S has released these, they're just gonna be like Pandora's box is open and they can release 1 million original colorways of this. And he said, this is a little bit of like insider info, I guess. I mean, it might even just be speculation, but he was saying that his rep told him that they were going to release another one of these, I believe, around the holidays or something like that. But he said that they were gonna do another, I think like the blue and white colorway maybe of these, but he said that they're gonna be like super limited like this release was. So I don't think this is gonna go in like the main rotation of shoes that S releases, even though they really, really should, because like this shoe is like they can capitalize on every bit of nostalgia for every, I don't know, skate shoe enthusiast who grew up in the 2000s. Like there are just a bunch of Instagram accounts like that just like feed on skate shoe nostalgia, like Chomp on Kicks or Selling the Wind or Dark Slide 86, I think. Like it just seems like S should just capitalize on this exact shoe in their lineup, but I'm not sure if they will. They might want to keep it sort of limited, and rather than just relying on things of the past, just sort of like recreating weird versions of them. Overall, I think this Koston shoe is like super true to form. One thing that's actually disappointing about these shoes to me is like as soon as I got home with these, I tried them on, and like after wearing the New Balance Tiago Lemos 1010s like for my last 3 skate shoes, like the comfort just isn't there. Like I always thought S would be like the most comfortable skate shoe in the world, and like it would be so great, but as soon as I tried them on, it was like, I don't know, it was like a paper bag compared to the New Balance Tiago. But I'm like a huge Tiago Lemos shoe fanboy. Like they're my favorite shoe. I'm wearing a pair right now. I'm definitely not going to skate in these. 1, because I think it's just cool to keep, and then 2, because I've already found a shoe that's perfect for me, and this is more just like a cool shoe to have for me. But I think that S is doing a cool thing with like just re-releasing stuff like this for people who are nostalgic about it and just really enjoy the old stuff. I wish that a shoe company like Audio would come back, or like, I don't know, pretty much just Audio. I want the Jeremy Ray V4s again. This is a way shorter review than I typically do, but like the materials are decent. The shoe is good. It's more of just like a first look, like, and sort of an overview of the shoe. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them in the comments. I try to keep up on that. Make sure to subscribe. My name is Skateboard Dad. It's not my real name, but it's like my YouTube thing. So if you like stuff like this, subscribe. I do videos and stuff, and like skateboard, and I like shoes, and you know the drill. Hit the bell. Yeah.